This is Karen. Welcome to another Friday Frenzy with DoLallyCrafts. I do have a couple of apologies to make. The first one is to all those who've watched my previous two videos and gone to my blog to find out what the measurements were. I do apologise that I didn't fill it in. I thought I had. I only realised yesterday that it's empty. Okay, I will fill in the details later on those, and I also have to apologise for this video being late. I had intended on filming it and uploading it last night. However, I've got arthritis in the knees and it was really playing up yesterday, so spent most of the day laying on the bed with my legs in the air trying to drain fluid. Okay, this is the card we're making today. I hope you really like it. It's using a variety of different things on this card. We're using 4 stamp sets, but we also get to use these, woohoo, stitch shapes. We've got the circles, the ovals, and flip it over, and there we have the squares. Now, unfortunately, these went into back order over here in Australia because they've become so popular, and I think they've actually taken them off the website at the moment because they're having problems getting enough over here. I don't think Stampin' Up! Anticipated just how popular these were going to be. They're the stitch shapes, and I'm in love with them already, and I've only used them once. I'm hoping that when these come out in the annual catalogue next year, that it won't just be these small shapes, that they might actually bring in some swirls and some rectangles. Oh, look, you get the idea if you've seen any of the overseas videos. The girls use them, like Jennifer Maguire and Christina Warner, Nicole McGuirk. They all use them, and I just can't wait. I'm really hoping Stampin' Up! Goes all out with these after seeing how popular these ones have been. Okay, enough of my jibber jabbering. Let's get on with this. As I said, we're using 4 stamp sets today. We've got the Butterfly Basics. Now, we're only using the small butterfly out of this one. We're using the Perpetual Birthday Calendar, and once again, butterflies. We're using the Papillon Potpourri, but we're only using the one, and it's the flower butterfly, the small flower butterfly, and the new Sweet Seasons, which until the end of this month is, I think it's 25% off, and this one we're using Sending You Comfort, Thoughts of Comfort. Okay, I'm not making this card for a reason that I've lost anybody. This is purely for demonstration purposes. It could be for anything. As I said, I like the idea of the Sending You Thoughts of Comfort for this. Now, excuse me. This card, this time, I'm going to make in crumb cake. I thought it would give it a softer look. Okay, all of the sizes and everything will be found on my blog. I'm really sorry about that. I will write it up this afternoon. So all the sizings and everything will be able to be found on there. Now, you'll also need some Versamark ink and some crumb cake ink and some white embossing powder. Don't forget your embossing buddy. So to start with, we'll bring in the embossing buddy and give this a really great coating. Okay, that's that done. Now bring in the Versamark ink. Now I only added more ink to this yesterday. Welcome back after my camera fell on me. I think I'm going to have to lengthen the legs on the tripod. Okay, I only re-inked my Versamark yesterday because I found it wasn't leaving enough ink on the card. So what we do is turn the butterflies every which way as we're stamping. And we don't need to stamp all over the centre of the card, because with this one the centre will be covered. I will just add a couple of extras around. Alright, so now we have all of the Versamark inked on the card, and that was using the butterflies from the Perpetual Birthday calendar. Okay, I'll get my white embossing powder out and give that a good coat. Beautiful. I will turn the volume down and fast forward the embossing of this with the heat gun, just so that you don't have to turn your volume down as you're watching it. And that's come out beautifully. For once I actually remembered to use my embossing buddy before embossing. Okay, that's all of the embossing done. So now we will move on to the smaller piece, and on this one we're going to stamp the greeting and the large butterfly that will be punched out. If you can hear the cat meowing in the background, that is my daughter's cat. He's not happy that she's gone to school and left him here on his own. And he's also not happy that I've locked him out of the craft room while I'm filming. Okay. Doesn't matter that that's slightly skew width, because that will be sorted out with the frame. So that's those pieces done. We'll bring in the middle, the middle mat. I think that's the focal point, the semi-focal point. Okay, in with the butterfly. Now I stamped off with these ones just to give them a bit more of a faded look. There we go, that's that one done. And then the smaller butterfly from the Butterfly Basics. There we go. So that's all of our stamping done. Bring in the beautiful butterfly punch, and now that this has dried a bit, we will punch out our elegant butterfly. There we go. And I will be back in a moment. I'm going to go and die cut with the second largest of our frames. As you see, that will square that out quite nicely. So I'll be back in just a moment. Beautiful, as you can see. Now I'm going to bring in our actually no, I'm not going to use that. I'll bring in a spare piece of the crumb cake. It should be a smaller piece. There we go. And I'm just going to layer that. On the blue one, I actually took the backing mat out of the middle of the embossed cardstock, but what I will do is actually use a spare scrap. There we go. And then I'm just going to go off to the side and use my ruler and craft knife just to neaten this up. There we go. Absolutely gorgeous there. Okay, now we can fix this onto our embossed mat. And if you haven't gotten yourself fast fuse yet, I would highly recommend it. It is so much easier to use than the early videos that appeared on YouTube would have you believe. A lot easier to use. Okay, we'll just pop some dimensionals onto the back of our sentiment panel. And just peel the backing off and hope the backing doesn't stick to my nails. My nails are getting a bit long at the moment, so it's making it very difficult for me to function. I really need to book in and go and get my nails done. Okay, bring this down to the bottom here, and I'm just trying to give an even border to the side panels here. Now, just move that out of the way. The next piece is to bring in our little piece of crumb cake and just give it a bit of a flag end, like so. This comes together so easily, this card. Now, my butterfly I will bring in, and I'm just going to use my nails to bend either side of the body of the butterfly and bring in the glue dots, the craft knife, and I'm just going to fold the glue dot over so that it's nice and narrow and it will fit neatly on the back of the butterfly and won't actually adhere the wings to the cardstock panel. Okay, pop that just on an angle and use the craft knife or your paper piercer if you have one, just to affix that down. Now I will bring in my bling, and you've got these pieces here are all affixed on one straight line of glue. So we're going to chop 3 pieces off there. Whoops. With the craft knife, lift it up and try and curve it, whoops, as we pop it onto the cardstock so that it gives it a bit of a curly tail. No, it didn't want to work that way. So I'm going to try and get the first one fixed and then curve the other 2 pieces round, and it didn't really work. There we go, sort of. And now we get another 2 pieces and have those 2 pieces come from the top of the butterfly like so. So it looks like it's following a trail. Okay, bring in, just move all of this out the way. Okay, bring in our base card, fold it over. I'm actually looking, there we go, for my bone folder. I'm just going to give that a bit of a crease. Even though I've got new blades, I seem to still be getting a bit of feathering down the side of my cardstock. Okay, we're going to bring in our panel. Just make sure we've got that in the right spot. Yep, so that's going to be perfect. So we'll just fix that. There we go. See, that fast fuse just glides on without a problem. It is beautiful to use. Such an easy glide. Okay, now a few more dimensionals just on the back of our butterfly focal point and peel off the backing. Like so. Just bring that down so that the butterfly's wing is just down from the edge of the card. You don't want to end up putting it into the envelope and having the butterfly's wing get bent. Now, because the dimension, I put the dimensional a bit high up on that, so I've just put some powder on so that it's not sticky. And there we go. That's our card finished. Oh, apart from 3 more little pieces of bling that have to go on it. So cut off another 3 and just pop that down the bottom there. And there we go. I'm having real problems with my camera. Okay, that's the card we started with. This is the card we've ended up with. I hope you like the way it turned out. I actually like the crumb cake look to the card. I think it gives it a softer, gentler look for a sympathy card, but let me know what you think in the comments, and I will go and upload this very shortly to YouTube, and I will make sure that I've got all of the details filled in on my blog. Have a great week, and tune in on Monday night for the next It's a Crafty Christmas. I have no idea at this stage what I'm doing, but I will endeavour to get something up. Okay, have a great weekend. Bye.